Hey guys, you're here for another installment from Force 15. This is update 1 on Hurricane Gaston as of 0900 UTC on the 29th of August 2016. Storm location at 30.6 degrees north, 55.2 degrees west with winds of 120 miles an hour and a pressure of 957 millibars, making it a category 3 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, the first of 2016 in the Atlantic. Movement of the storm is nearly stationary. So Gaston almost made it to category 4. Cat 4 still cannot be ruled out, but as the hours pass it's becoming less and less likely for it to become a category 4. Storm's expected to head towards the Azores, possibly passing through as a tropical storm. I do believe there is some surf associated with Gaston at the moment in Bermuda. But we'll go to the overview of the Atlantic now, and here you can see Hurricane Gaston off the coast of Bermuda. Also the other side of Bermuda, Tropical Depression 8 has formed. As well, you can see Tropical Depression 9 runs sort of between the Florida Keys and Cuba. There's the two-day tropical weather outlook. See there that Invest 90, I think it's 99 or 90L, is off the coast of Texas there, only with 10% chance of development due to land interaction. Through to the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook. You can see there's a new area off the coast of the Cape Verde Islands. That has a 50% chance of development at the moment, 0% in the next 48 hours. Hasn't shown up or formed as an invest yet, but the NHC do believe that there could be a fairly big tropical system there moving at some relative pace. Here's the forecast track for Hurricane Gaston, and you can see there that major hurricane is starting to curve, but then starting to quickly weaken, remaining a hurricane still for the next couple of days. Before weakening down to a tropical storm on its final approach to the Azores. This somewhat reminds me of Hurricane Nadine in the track that it's sort of taken. Weaker than Nadine was, but it still reminds me a little bit of the sort of track. Let's just hope it doesn't like bump south, reform and things. Here's a tropical storm force wind probabilities, very large cone there. Possibility 30% chance of there being tropical storm force winds there, and you can see 50 knot wind speed probabilities there, stretching out not far, as you would expect. And now onto the hurricane wind speed probabilities. Relatively certain where the storm's going to go, the NHC are. There still is a fairly large cone of uncertainty as to where it may go. But as with any other storm, we just have to wait for this situation to play out. Surface wind field of Hurricane Gaston, you can see a relatively large wind field of hurricane force winds and also tropical storm force winds. There's a wind history as well from Gaston, twice now become a hurricane. First time was only as a category 1, now it's up to a category 3. You can see the satellite imagery. This is the AVN imagery. It's sort of in a bit of an obscure order today from what I normally do. Storm's been dwindling. I can't play GIFs, but from the last frames the storm did have a very defined eye, which has now dwindled. I think it's just due to the storms being stationary, to be honest. Next up we have the funk top imagery. You can see there some sort of eye there still, but the low level circulation I think is sort of starting to dwindle a little bit, and also the storm's northwestern side has actually sort of been weakening and quite exposed there at the moment. But the spiral bands are sort of shielding that area, but it is becoming a little bit more exposed than I think when the storm would like to be. Here's the RV top imagery. You can see it's been dwindling on this imagery too. It's good news for the Azores where the storm is weakening. We can't rule out a little bit more of intensification before the storm finally moves out of that area. Here's the visible imagery. And the storm's eye has cloud there a little bit. Water vapor, actually water vapor as well, is causing some problems for the storm's development. This is just because of there's been a few storms that come through there recently, which have taken a lot of the moisture out of the air. And there you guys can see the sea surface temperatures. This is a bit outdated from the 25th. The next imagery I think is supposed to come in today or tomorrow. I'm not sure when it's supposed to be coming through. And there you see sea surface temperatures from the other day. Relatively good for development. This is sort of the anomalies chart. Good. It's semi-good for development there. Here you guys can see the wind shear, and at the moment Gaston is possibly heading towards a higher amount of wind shear. We're on about 30 to 40 knots of wind shear be passing through on its approach to the Azores. That's one reason why the storm may be weakening slightly, and also tropical depressions 8 and 9 they're expected, and getting quite a lot of wind shear there at the moment. But now we're going to go on to reiterate the update. So this is update 1 on Hurricane Gaston as of 0900 UTC on the 29th of August 2016. Storm's location at 30.6 degrees north, 55.2 degrees west, with winds of 120 miles an hour and a pressure of 957 millibars. Movement nearly stationary. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. That's all from me now.